The Rift Chapter 9, The Reunion by Roll Studio. As Alex stands in the store catching his breath, a small figure darts toward him. It's Lily, the little girl he saved from the werewolf. Her face, usually bright and full of life, is now streaked with dirt and worry. "Alex!" Without hesitation, she rushes into his arms, wrapping her small arms around him tightly. Alex, taken aback by the sudden rush of affection, bends down slightly to return the embrace, relief washing over him. "I'm okay, Lily, I'm here." Lily pulls back slightly, her eyes wide with concern. I thought you died. I was so scared." Her voice breaks and Alex can see the fear she's carried. He gently brushes a stray hair from her face. "I'm not going anywhere, I promise. I'm here for you." Just then a woman steps forward from behind Lily. She's tall and regal, with a weary but warm expression. Alex's eyes widen as he recognizes her. This is Wendy Broach, the mayor of Oak Ridge. She's clearly a woman of strength, but the toll of the recent battles is visible on her face. "Thank you, Alex. I don't know how to express my gratitude for what you did for my daughter." Alex straightens, suddenly aware of the significance of the moment. It was nothing, just doing what needed to be done. Wendy's eyes hold a depth of emotion, the weight of her role as both a mother and a leader evident in her gaze. "I'm Mayor Wendy Broach. I'm sorry we were separated. When the demon crashed our vehicle during the evacuation, chaos erupted. I never thought I'd find her here." Lily looks up at her mother, her eyes brightening at the reunion. "Mom, Alex saved me." He fought the werewolf, and Wendy's expression shifts from gratitude to concern as she processes what her daughter is saying. "A werewolf? You face that kind of danger? You truly are brave, Alex." Just then, a figure steps out from the shadows of the store, a tall man with a muscular build and an air of calm authority. His presence commands attention, and the glint of medals on his uniform catches the light. "This is Simon, my bodyguard. He's a veteran Marine assigned to me by my husband, General Arthur Broach. He's a renowned figure in the Defense Counterintelligence and Security Agency." Simon gives a respectful nod to Alex, his gaze assessing but not unfriendly. "Good to meet you, Alex. I've heard a bit about your bravery." "Thank you, sir. Just trying to do my part." Wendy's expression softens as she looks at Simon, her voice trembling slightly. "After the evacuation chaos, I thought I'd lost Lily for good. Simon and I managed to find shelter here. It's a small miracle we're together again." Lily, caught up in the joy of her reunion, looks between her mother and Alex, eager to share more. "Mom, Alex is really strong. He fought the werewolf, and I was so scared, but he kept me safe." Wendy kneels down to Lily's level, her expression filled with pride and worry. "You're safe now, sweetheart, thanks to Alex." Alex watches the bond between mother and daughter, feeling a sense of warmth in the moment. He knows they've both been through hell, and yet here they are, reunited against all odds. We need to stay vigilant. There are whispers of more attacks. We can't let our guard down, not even for a moment. Wendy nods, her face hardening with determination. "Agreed. We must prepare for what's to come. Alex, if you're willing, I could use your help in rallying the survivors." Alex straightens, feeling the weight of responsibility settling on his shoulders once more. "I'm in. We'll make sure everyone is ready for what lies ahead." "What happened out there, Alex?" asked Mayor Broach. Simon's expression shifts to one of intense focus, sensing the gravity of the situation. "Yeah, Alex, we need to know what went down. Every detail could help us prepare for what's coming next," Simon said. Alex takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of their gaze. "I faced a werewolf in the outskirts of the city. It was brutal. The beast was faster than I anticipated, but I managed to outsmart it. After I rescued Lily, I turned to face a horde of demons that had swarmed in from the mountains. It was chaos. The ground shook as they descended, tearing through anything in their path." Wendy and Simon listen intently, the gravity of his words settling in. "I fought with everything I had. Just when I thought we'd have a moment to breathe, the Overlord appeared. It was a fierce battle, one that seemed endless. He was powerful, commanding the demons like puppets. I barely made it out alive." Simon's eyes narrow, the stoic veteran recognizing the weight of Alex's tale. Defeating the Overlord is no small feat. We need to know everything you saw, every detail. Alex nods, the memories flooding back. When I finally faced him, I was at my limit, but something shifted inside me. I fought with the heart of a soldier, and I couldn't let Oak Ridge fall to darkness. With every strike, I felt the weight of the city on my shoulders, and I knew I had to protect its people. In the end, I found a way to defeat him, but the cost was high. The demons are still out there, and if a new demon lord is rising, it's only going to get worse. Wendy's face is pale, but her resolve is firm. We'll rally the survivors and prepare for whatever is coming. With you by our side, we might stand a chance. Lily, holding onto her mother's arm, looks up at Alex, admiration shining in her eyes. "You're my hero, Alex. You saved us," Lily said. "We're all heroes in our own way, Lily. We just have to stick together." The atmosphere inside the store is thick with tension, yet the soft glow from the overhead lights casts a false sense of security. Outside, Oak Ridge is under siege, but within these four walls, Mayor Wendy Broach steels herself, her expression a mixture of determination and exhaustion. "Alex, you've been through hell out there, and we owe you our gratitude. But now, we need to focus on what's ahead," said Mayor Broach. Alex nods, his expression serious, sensing the urgency in her tone. Simon, her bodyguard, stands just behind her, his posture tense, alert to the potential dangers lurking outside. It all began when the rift opened unexpectedly. At first we thought it was a natural disaster, or perhaps a military experiment gone wrong, but then demons and monsters poured out like a flood. No warning, no time to prepare. She takes a deep breath, collecting her thoughts before continuing. The memories seem to weigh heavily on her. When the first wave hit, panic ensued. I quickly convened an emergency meeting with the city council and military leaders. We had to act fast. I immediately issued a citywide evacuation order instructing all citizens to retreat to the designated evacuation area in the southeastern part of the city. Mayor Broach, in her office, her face illuminated by the harsh light of a desk lamp as she hurriedly drafts the evacuation order. The scene shifts to soldiers mobilizing, gathering equipment and organizing teams to ensure civilian safety. The urgency in their movements speaks volumes of the chaos unfolding outside. I knew we had to protect our citizens while buying time for those who could fight. I called upon every military personnel. We had armed forces, local law enforcement, and even volunteers from the community to help defend the city and escort people to safety. We set up checkpoints to guide citizens and ensure they made it to the evacuation area. Alex listens intently, the weight of her words deepening his resolve. He can picture the chaos she describes, the fear in the eyes of those trying to escape. During the evacuation, things only got worse. Demons began to swarm the streets, attacking anyone in sight. We lost communication with several units, and I feared for the worst, but we kept pushing forward, reinforcing the evacuation routes as much as we could. She glances at Simon, who nods, remembering the countless close calls they had faced. Simon here was instrumental in coordinating efforts. His experience in the field helped us devise a strategy to minimize casualties. "He's not just my bodyguard, he's a hero in his own right," said Mayor Broach. Simon shifts slightly, his eyes softening for a brief moment as he acknowledges her words, but quickly returns to his vigilant demeanor. During the evacuation, things only got worse. As we were driving to the evacuation area, a demon ambushed our vehicle. It came out of nowhere, huge and monstrous, smashing into the side of the car. I remember screaming for everyone to brace themselves. A flashback, Lily, wide-eyed with fear, clutches her mother's hand as the vehicle swerves. Suddenly, a massive demon crashes into the side, glass shattering and metal crumpling under the force. In the chaos, Lily is thrown against her seat as the car spins out of control, and then the vehicle is overturned. I tried to keep calm, shouting orders to Simon while trying to shield Lily. But in the confusion, when the car finally came to a stop, we were disoriented. I looked for Lily, but she was gone, separated from us in the chaos. Alex feels a surge of empathy as he imagines the terror of both mother and daughter. This is not just about survival. It's about the bonds that have been tested in this nightmare. Wendy and I fought our way through the streets, trying to fend off the demons while searching for Lily. We had to navigate through debris and avoid stray demons. It felt like we were in a nightmare. At one point, we found ourselves cornered in an alley with demons closing in, but Wendy kept her cool and led us through a side street, said Sam, and Wendy nods, a hint of pride swelling in her chest at Simon's words. We finally spotted this convenience store. It looked like the only safe place left. We rushed inside, knowing it might be our only chance. The storekeeper was just as shocked to see us as we were to find some semblance of safety. Alex feels a surge of responsibility. This is not just about survival. It's about protecting the future of Oak Ridge and its people. I've heard whispers of a greater threat, Alex. They say a demon lord is rising, and if that's true, we need to prepare for a fight that will be unlike anything we've faced so far. We can't afford to let our guard down, not even for a moment. Her eyes lock onto Alex's, filled with urgency and trust. I'm counting on you to help us strategize. You face these creatures head-on, and your insights could make all the difference in the world right now. Alex feels the weight of her expectations, but also the flicker of hope igniting within him. This is the moment to rise, to unify their strengths against the looming darkness. To be continued. The Rift, Chapter 10, Rise of the Demon Lord.